Welcome back, everyone. Here are some of the other news and events in connection to the real estate industry in the Philippines. Okay. The first one is the partial operation of the Plaza de Lao ramp of the Skyway Stage 3 and the opening of the segment between Merville and Bikutan of the C5 Southlink Expressways. These two segments were opened last July 23, 2019, coinciding with the SONA, State of the Nation Address of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And also in preparations for, at the time, the Burmans and the Southeast Asian Games, Carmageddon. Okay. October 30 last year was the operational of the CALAX, Cavite Laguna Expressway Laguna segment. The Cavite Laguna Expressway is an elevated expressway 10 kilometers only between Cavite and Laguna, and this will reduce vehicles in Aguinaldo Highway, Governor's Drive, and the Tagaytay Santa Rosa Road. Last March 11 of this year, the old Santa Mesa Bridge, or commonly called as the Pinaglabanan Bridge, was reopened to traffic after a year of reconstruction and closure. The old Santa Mesa Bridge was closed to traffic last September 17, 2018. It was originally expected on September 15, but because of the Typhoon Ompong, it was moved to the 17th after the exit of Ompong and the gradual improvement of the weather occurred. At that time, the alternate routes are Felix Manalo Street, G. Araneta Avenue, Aurora Boulevard, Bonnie Avenue, and F. Blumentritt Avenue. Not to mention is the Skyway Extension Project last year, which led to the closure of several lanes in the Muntinlupa area. Last February 2018, the closure of Sevilla Bridge, the one that connects Manila and Mandaluyong. This led to the diversions of traffic to Maisilo, Shaw Boulevard, and F. Martinez Avenue, General Calentong Street, and New Panaderos. Okay. Last August 6, 2018, in the province of Pampanga, in Region 3, Central Luzon, the CIDG Angeles City arrested a female unlicensed real estate broker. Therefore, she was charged and violated Section 29 of the RESA Law, RA 9646. RA 9646, Section 29, prohibits the unauthorized practice of real estate service without a license. The penalty for the violation of that provision is 100,000 pesos and 2 years imprisonment. If the violation is committed by an unlicensed practitioner, the penalty should be added, which is 200,000 pesos and 4 years imprisonment. This is unprofessional and unethical. Finally, the establishment of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development last February 14, 2019. The DHSUD is a new executive department under the Philippine government that was established last February 14 last year by the merger of the HUD-C and HLURB. President Duterte appointed Eduardo Del Rosario as the first secretary of that newly formed department. Before we wrap up, let us recall all the events and the news in connection to the real estate industry. The LRT 2 stations in Santolan, Anonas, and Katipunan will expect to be completed the repair works on June this year. Skyway Stage 3 and elevated expressway was deferred to July 2020 due to the fire in Pandacan. Tagaytay properties went down in terms of the pricing because last January, the Taal volcano erupted. Due to the COVID-19 and Luzon lockdown, the real estate property sector suffered heavier damage and the prices go down too. In the resilient real estate, optimism is required. the opening of the NLEX Harbor Link Malabon exit and the C3R10 segment, the partial openings of C5 South Link and the Plaza de la ramp of Skyway Stage 3. The Laguna segment of Calax was opened to traffic last October 30. The Domingo Old Santa Mesa Bridge was reopened last March 11. CIDG Angeles City arrested an unlicensed real estate broker last August 6, 2018, and the establishment of the DHSUD last February 14 of the previous year. And so goes all the news in connection to the real estate industry. This is Carlos Kanahashi reporting. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night to all. As you may know, the COVID-19 is a very important crisis not only in the Philippines but throughout the world. Therefore, we always have to pray to the Almighty God to stop this virus as soon as possible. We leave you now with this very important song covered by the CORO San Benildo, which is the prayer. Because of the pandemic that we are up against, the prayer, CORO San Benildo version, will be dedicated to our frontline heroes. So to our heroes, we salute you. And to our most vulnerable or the people affected in these trying times. Because of this, our selfless prayers are always fulfilled, as such prayers are always granted by the Almighty God. Let us all remember, in darkness, He brings light. In pain, He gives resolve. And in sorrow, He gives compassion. Together, even separately physically, let us join each other in praying of our frontliners, the sick, the children, and the elderly, and everyone affected by this virus. Together, let us be our prayer. Without further ado, let us now listen to the prayer by CORO San Benildo. And as we now approach the Holy Week, I urge you guys to keep praying, and also your silence is appreciated, and to spend more time with your families. With that, I'd like to wish everyone next week a blessed and meaningful Holy Week to all. Thank you very much for joining us, and God bless us all.